in that spoiled European zone, I think, where they all have 20-30 ping. So we'll see how he fares. And actually differ from the desk a little bit. I think you still got to use him the same way and hope everybody else plays well enough to make up for it. But, you know, as an op, you still want to have him take opening duels and try to have impact. And we'll see how Halzerk fares. Again, very unfortunate considering how close this game usually is. But I think it's still true that Imperial probably had like a slight edge coming into it. Their roster changes, their recent form, Fallen doing as well as he has been. Things have definitely been looking up for them.
Most certainly so.
On top of their recent win over Complexity, of course.
Yeah, that's the big one. Just an added jab to the gut, of course, for Complexity's spring run so far. So close to already being qualified for Washington. Showdown 1 kill, Bolts 1 as well. Cello with the 3rd on this entry inside of the A site. No defense offered up here from Complexity. Grim from Arch can get nothing. And so it's Floppy from downtown at a distance to respond as bomb goes down. Imperial, easy pistol.
Yeah, great start. A nice Halls pop right there. Perfect entry pathing. Everybody sharing the frags. That's Cello with 2, but most players chipping in, and Imperial have a clean one to start the day. Love the addition of Jota. High praise for this man. I think sort of like, for me, like Hardzao on Pain. I feel like not always top of the board, but really making good decisions. And I think also has some experience as an IGL, probably learning a thing or two from Fallen, on top of being able to contribute and bring some things that he's learned. You know, that Fallen is very receptive to.
JT to be sent into the flames. Bolts flashed first. Nice support from Grim on the backside. Of course, he doesn't want to get into the action, being on that 22 HP because of those frag grenades early.
Yeah, that was pretty perfect, because they had the flasher in the back, but they had 2 guys ready to fight at different moments.
They immediately move that load Grim over towards A. There is still this intention of getting towards top banana for Imperial. However,
it is.
Hit is coming. Molotovs don't seem to disrupt him, so he's holding on to this spot. Can't finish Vinny though. And JT smoked off earlier. Unable to do anything here on an assist. Grim takes to the top rope. Vinny's gonna catch that. Off shot through, finds nothing. A jump back, and Floppy will get a little miraculous moment here for Complexity just to try and keep this competitive. We've got 2 to the right. We've got 1 deep new box. We've got the double coffin push-up from Complexity, wasting no time in an attempt to get the retake going, and 2 kills come in quick. Fallen 6 health between them both, and JT shuts him down.
Ooh, he's shooting hot. JT only headshot so far. That is a nice retake from him. And that's in a round where they had very little retake utility. They also lost their guy in sight, Fang without a kill. So that was not...
Comes back. This time, Bolts finds the headshot while blind. Not ideal for Complexity. Fang nearly capitalizing on Vinny with his hands busy. And Bolts just sprints across. Throws caution to the wind. Nearly finding a bit more damage onto the additional player here. The only one that's left in Fang. Excellently done here from Bolts. 2 kills inside this B site, pushes Fang away from construction, bullies him back, and now he's stranded with the CT smoke up. This is not going to be even an attempt at a retake, but rather maybe just getting an exit kill. This one is big on Bolts, jumping past that fire, knowing that when the light turns green, he goes.
Yeah, and he's the one guy they could let go because that molly didn't spread fast enough to do full damage to him, so he made good use of his space. 87 health left on Bolts after his 2 kills. And I think when he was on the half wall, I'm not even sure if he was full blind. They were set up to probably have 1 anti-flash, and maybe the kill feed. Oh, wait.
No time.
Okay.
Dead man walking.
So let that. But there was too many other kind of good players still there. Whoa, nice pick from Halzerk.
Yeah, you're talking too much about Bolts. Now you got him killed.
Who should I get killed next? Give me a player, I'll give you a fact.
I'll give you the list.
I'll write the death note.
Group up inside of the apartments with a smoke in front of it. Floppy blinded. Not ideal, but they also get jumbled there for a second. Looked like it was going to help out Fang. Instead, it sets up Floppy. Pistols out. Halzerk's here, his 2nd in the round. And Cello facing a 1 versus 4 while blind, stuck against the wall. It reeks of desperation as he sprints away, hoping helplessly for safety. Will take JT down with him, but it is Complexity thanks to Floppy to lock down that.
Playing well at the same time, then you've got a great formula.
Halzerk has decided to change sights. No, I definitely think he brings positives as well. Right now, Grim burning. Utility has not been his ally so far this evening. Cello picks up JT. No headshot from Grim backside. Will they think about Fang? Doesn't matter. Bolt blasts him against the stained glass, now stained with Fang's brain.
Useless, so you better make do with those kills now. Uh-oh. Oh! Man, he's playing with so much confidence, too. Could have easily turned away from that fight. And look who comes to find him.
Very quick from Fallen. Fang getting punished for just jiggling it with what looked like util out. Chip damage here from JT. They're getting closer, though. Oh, clean from JT. Under pressure with the pistol. A triple on his own.
He's toying with him.
From JT. Take a bow, brother.
Damn, the beauty in how confident he played it, just enough. Dodging the flashes, dodging the nade, which was supposed to catch him falling back. On top of having the right to stand in front of his smoke. He's got one up there in car, and they decide to come through it. And he gets full view of the flash coming over top of the smoke because of his angle. And if he played that half out or decided...
Like the best B defender of the three we've seen over there.
Yeah, between him and Halzerk, they've got two star players.
Little delay with Vinny through the smoke. Maybe it helps him, but it's so clean from JT regardless.
That shoulder peek, too.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
Definitely hurt, though, as well.
Nobody's looking back around. Fang just gets caught off by it. However, because Boiler's occupied not just by one, but two, they're going to hear both of them running away with Joda hot on their heels, slowly creeping up behind them. Bolts gets caught out by that balcony play. We've got the second CT down inside of the pit, and so Vinny's the victim of it. Man advantage here for Cole as they stave off what was setting itself up to be a very quick A-pop. Fallen holds for rotates, but again, I feel like Complexity's been much more heavy on the flank than the rotate in through arch.
Man, those are some nice fluid protocols. If they stayed up in the halls and they let that, site get taken over, then they have an awkward retake going on. But here's a free one for Halzerk. Imperial trying to take a risk. And
last guy disconnected.
Oh, okay.
He died so fast, bro. Wasn't in the kill feed.
So, the Inferno CT side anyway.
Oh, okay. Then it's right around the corner. 2 rounds left to play in Complexity's defense. Yeesh. Lucky to have both arms.
Man, definitely the most surprising part about this match so far is that they're using the same aggressive moves on both A and B simultaneously almost every round. They're run boosting Halzerk across mid to peek into steps, and they have JT swinging on car almost all the time. And both those plays have worked out, I'd say, more than they failed. So why not keep it going? Wonder what they figured out. Last time they did this, they... Oh, Grim spotted it for a second, but he misses the timing.
Fang holds off. Ooh, it ain't pretty. And it's what costs him anything more than just one kill. So Imperial back to winning ways inside this B site. It's where their success started at the beginning of the half. Looks like it's where they're going to get back to.
Feels like the only one right now is Fang's mechanics are struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Hasn't had many good B defenses. I don't think he's actually got... kills on these rifle round holds. That was one, but, set himself up to get 2 if the first one was quick. And
and unlike, let's say, maybe Grim, who I feel like has been kind of muted and sent back because of util damage, Fang's on 12 deaths, dying constantly, as do Floppy and Halzerk. He's had the chances to take players with him, but more often than... But he is taking it up a notch. Right now, inside of the apartments, gets a dink, but not the kill. Halzerk, yeah. Oof. That's like a 100 ping, you're dead type moment. When they're that close to you, when they fly across your screen in half a second, no chance to stop that one. So another convincing A-hit out of Imperial to try and keep this half as close as can be. Joda deep on ult. That was supposed to be the insurance policy. What could have just ended 2 more of these Complexity players. Instead, all 3 play with less than half health. A fantastic flash out of Cello to set up Bolts' 3K to close. We go to...
Definitely the coolest player in the server today.
Yes, sir.
Somehow 14-7, even though this half is as close as it is. Floppy right beside him. Now, switch to the sides. Let's see what the T side has to offer. Last time they played against Imperial, they just didn't have time. They lost a pistol in conversion and lost a map into a 16-1. So that might actually benefit Complexity. They probably had some nice things to try to pull out on this half of Inferno.
Smoke to the left. Couple on porch. It's really that balcony pressure that should unravel this. Ooh, Grim. Welcome to the game, my friend. Wow. 3 kills on the clock. Bomb will be planted. And a difficult one presented here to Bolts. Now, at least he knows there's a player on site. Gonna try to keep his head down, wait out this smoke, see what he can make happen. I don't see any kits through the walls. But that is exactly what you need to start this off. A beautiful tap onto Fang, a silent creep into sight, but a lurker right behind him by name of Grim. It's supposed to be easy, and luckily Floppy. Back to the action, Complexity wastes no time. Into Banana, off of the nade. Do they peek into Fallen? We've seen him try to grandfather that scout back-to-back rounds. Didn't land that shot.
And then a nade switch.
Oddly enough.
JT gave him a chance.
He's still alive and kicking. Nice flash onto short. Floppy takes a glance and falls away. Now Fang's been hit by a frag grenade, so we've got 2 of these T's down to 50 health or less.
And JT got wall banged. And a shuffle of utility here, so I don't know if they're planning a re-aggression. But you know Fallen loves to call them out. So yeah, they throw that Molly and they'll start pushing forward. And this is just going to push Complexity into the full A take.
Waiting up in the apartments.
They may have heard that.
Arch emphasis though, big time here. And CT is not watching library, but just making sure that the arch wrap doesn't come through. CT spawn, not a problem. It's this commitment to the A hit that could be. Vinny, solo sight, delivers bomb to his own feet. Somebody's gonna have to go and recover. Fang's been left to float around and Fallen. That's a big pickup. Could have been a massive, problematic push beyond the arch. Instead, they've still got Complexity somewhat corralled. Floppy does see a timing to get off-site and back into the apartments. Can Bolts get the best of him? Big duel for this retake to be picked up like that. Now JT's relegated to pit with no utility. Grim sitting inside of the site awaits this imminent retake. 2 from short, already through, no problem. Grim, double headshot, and Fallen's up finds its home.
Oh my god, that shot from Fallen. It's not even a wall bang. There must have been just the top of his cap showing. And if he didn't hit that, 10-second defuse, no chance they win the round. That was the makings of a great clutch there from Grim, but
we got bodies coming his way. Tough to get out of here. They time these peaks at the same time, but they don't. Balcony player, however, keeps this moving. Floppy's not letting off that W key. Oh, he does.
He's waiting for the fall and fall back into the site here.
And here it comes. Or so it's delayed because Vinny helps him out, so Floppy decides to get active. Jumping up and caught out by Vinny. Hauser, however, 2 op kills on the flank, denying both. JT takes a nade to the teeth, still gets back around the corner. They killed 2 flankers. Do they go B?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, they're expecting maybe Joe to fall back in a second, but he sticks around the perfect angle, and he was about to leave. There definitely was a mistiming there. I think either they run back to Banana or they wait a bad setup.
Instead, Vinny's playing here inside Gravestairs. Will lose out to Grim. Joda slides into the site. Floppy dives down to pit. That's the AK telling them where it's at. And he's not able to get more than one. Floppy's Tech 9 from across that bomb site just picks up Fallen. So the op goes down, and Imperial man disadvantage in an attempt to reclaim the A site. It gives a chance for Complexity to upgrade weapons with the smoke up towards Mo. But Imperial with another shot here at round 23, off on Fallen. MP9 goes aggressively down middle, and that's enough to cause a distraction for Fallen to capitalize on. Upgrade, plus Fallen with a 3rd kill for Imperial. Not supposed to happen, not like this. But Imperial get rambunctious. And Fallen takes over. Did feel like Imperial were giving respect to Complexity. Nobody had disrupted their mid setups yet. Not like that. Imperial throw out 1. Complexity down bad.
Yeah, no kidding. But you know what? There's actually still a chance to win. They know that outside of Fallen, there's low guns. Bolts has been tagged down, and he has the AK recovered, but the rest of the guns are too hard to get to. So even though this is a 2v5, they've got full kits of utility, full HP, and enough time to walk anywhere they want to go.
And perfectly for them, a 2 versus 2 right now. They'll hear the AK rattle off. Smoke on Cello. Floppy half clears it. That means all of a sudden Grim, no gun out, doesn't get punished. Now it's a post plant, but those AKs that they weren't able to retrieve are now very much in the hands of Imperial, coming around from this banana flank. You'd think Complexity could assume that'd be the case. If you're gonna force the retake, you might as well grab guns, but what is that from Fallen?
He just gives it a shot. Wow. Was there a flash that went into spawn as well for him to push through? I think maybe. Okay, that's the kind of kill that makes you feel like they know what Complexity are going to try to do in this situation in a low numbers post plant and to try to get an edge. If they played backside, honestly, I think they still have a...
Turns his attention back round, missing a shot. Joda postured beautifully. They go past for a moment, but Floppy the double. The fact Vinny dies empty-handed, awful for Imperial's A-holds.
Yeah, if Cello gets one, he sets up his Halls guy perfectly. He doesn't have his aim split between two people. But Floppy with the double trade is huge. And they also went 2 in through Halls, which is a lot less common. You know, either it's like one player lurking out as the lane guys are coming up, or it's 3 and they're trying to pop out and get pick control. So that was probably a little unexpected for Imperial. Complexity take full advantage, and they show, again, how good they've been at taking the A site via lane.
Fallen's off is at risk.
Yeah, that's an op handed over.
Nail in the coffin, perhaps.
Elzerk will have that.
The corner, but given a chance to leave with that smoke. Fallen, oh, missed a chance, but at least he's on high alert. So he waits patiently for Grim to come around that corner, body bags him, 5v4 to the Brazilian's favor.
It looks like low utility with the walk up from Fallen to get into the half wall and just Floppy. You know, he's not going to clear this. Thinks, okay, that must have been the guy who was playing in Cubby. 3v5 again. Organizing towards B. Fallen's alone for the time being, misses his shot.
They could pounce on this. A recoverable round here for Complexity, no doubt, but Fallen, love that. Extends out with the trajectory of the nades, knowing JT's along that left wall, clips him, forces the 2v5 instead, and with bolts up top, bomb goes down. Smooth from Fallen and Imperial.
That's huge. And you can just see that. That smoke is bouncing, and Fallen knows exactly how much time he has to go for that wide shot after missing the first one. If he dies, he loses, but if he doesn't go for it, they might lose as well. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake from Jota. Really camped on that angle, expecting one play to take place, but not covering all options right there. And that's a simple walk up through alt, a smart clear for Complexity, and an easy 5v4. They could try to spend some time to get the gun back for Halzerk if they wanted to. You know, they're not expected of a multiple Hall setup, but they haven't found Fallen yet. And you know, he's relatively pervasive. They're going to chill without it. Bolts alone in B as they start to walk up, and they're not going to get opt in this position. And Fallen now full commit on the A site. Bomb, though, inside of middle.
Oh, wow.
Now they surely start to run it back, actually. That's big information, even though he dies.
Massive indeed. Time to shine, Bolts.
He's going to throw a smoke, but they're going to see from where.
Okay. Oh, didn't see them. And Halzerk.
Halzerk with a deagle.
Ping, folks. Mind over matter. Poor Bolts splattered by the sidearm. Complexity rocking it back wonderfully after Floppy gets slammed by that op, knowing, of course, no assistance over towards that B site. And it looked like Bolts just wanted to play the gap he made for himself on that smoke, but yeah. Halzerk was just ready for it.
It's the same one way that Complexity were using as well. So it's not like it's always going to work out in your favor. Even if somebody knows you're throwing a one-way, you can still use it to have like a second advantage. on the first duel, but it was far too late at that point. As soon as Complexity just found that the op was over on A, then you could start taking a lot more risks towards B. If you're walking into CT like you did that last round, Fallen ops you from CT spawn, then you're a fool because you didn't find him yet. But in this situation, he was too far away. It guaranteed with that amount of time, he couldn't have got there. Trading back and forth in a couple of these rounds.
Bolts tries to get aggressive. Oh, and Grim, who is already barely alive. Thanks to the assist there from Cello. I feel like Grim has been the victim of utility damage this map. This round, no easier, but it's not just Cello and Bolts. We've already got Fallen placed on this B site. That flash indicating they're here. Ready to go! Fallen almost skewers two, but instead they'll clip JT and walk back.
And look at that, they're immediately responding to the op, making noise. Now it's at the cost of 2 lives, however.
Yeah.
So good setup between Vinny and his site player, Jota.
He's gonna have to offer a hold. Flash nullifies him, site player dies, Vinny fires off, kills Fang first, and now we're on for the 2v4. Halzer's gonna get that bomb in as a 37 HP'd floppy tucks down into the grave stairs. Retake via way of Fallen's op, a single smoke for Cello.
They've got a good way to kill him from Halls, but Halzer, oh my god!
So clean. Peeks around that smoke, takes the headshot first. Floppy's now down. It's gonna have to be the clutch from the Norwegian on the other side of the ocean from his team, looking to close out Inferno. And Fallen's ops point blank, getting ever closer. A missed shot, Halzerk falls off boxes and into the next round. 12 for Imperial. Inferno keeps on giving.
A little bit too much to ask for, but what do we see again? A failure on the A side between Jota and Vinny. They're struggling to get the entry.
Vinny not in the safety of his pit. Point blank against Floppy. Okay. Missed instant headshot, and Jota from porch, nearly a second. Vinny's gonna try to run it back with an incendiary in front of him, but they decide to take Arch instead. A chance to wrap the B site.
Now, it depends how much noise they make here. It looks like they've cut just in time. The push will come in towards Banana, and the boost is perfect from Grim. Oh, what a play!
Both on his own. A 3 versus 5 turned back in an instant. Grim, the difference maker, as he turns it back down. Banana, he's got this whole picture figured out, and down goes Vinny in the end. A substantial improvement from Complexity versus Imperial on Inferno. 16-1 not long ago to a map 1 win for the North Americans, setting up a second map of Ancient, which was also incredibly close.